Welcome, everyone. We're just going to give a few minutes to allow everyone to join. All right, looks like people are coming in. Again, we're going to give a couple minutes to allow everyone to join. I just want to say thank you for taking the time to join us today. Looks like we have a pretty large crowd here. So people are still rolling in, so we'll give another minute. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their evening. If you're in Toronto, it's unfortunate that we're getting an icy storm right now. Okay, and so everyone is aware, chat is open. So while we wait, if you want to let us know where you're joining us from, that would be great. I will start. Toronto, Ontario. Washington, D.C., Oakland, California, Kingston, New Jersey, Kingston, Port Perry, Alexandria, Houston, Toronto, Victoria, Massachusetts. Wow. Basically everywhere. Okay. Oh, and it looks like people are still joining. So we're just gonna give one more minute. We don't want anyone to miss out on the webinar, so we'll just give it a minute there. London. Hi, Mona. White Rock, San Diego. Hi, Tammy. Washington. Uh, Queensville, Ontario. Yes, it is very icy. Judy. Hi, Judy. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, so starting to slow down a little bit. 10 more seconds and then we'll get it started. Okay, beautiful BC. I still have to visit. All right. All right. So again, I just want to thank everyone for taking the time to join us today. We have Daniel Rodriguez and Mike Arrington that will be demoing our AI-driven tools. So a quick background, Mike came from IBM and he was also part of Wealthsimple for our Canadian folks, you might be aware. And Daniel came from SAP as well as Wealthsimple. So again, if you're in Canada, I'm sure you're familiar with it. Hopefully you won some money there on the stocks. Who knows? All right, so Daniel and Mike, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over. But just quickly, for everyone, there is a Q&A feature. So throughout the presentation, if you have any questions, feel free to use that, or you're also welcome to use the chat. So whatever, whatever you're comfortable with. And at the end, we'll go through all the questions. We are going to save all the questions till the end just to make sure that we get through everything and in case we answer the question along the way. All right. It's all you guys. Take it away.
Right. Thank you, Cesar. Hi, everyone. Cesar said, I'm Daniel Rodriguez. I'm working on the team that is developing the new app. But more than a new app, we're developing a new seller platform. Our previous app, for those of you who have used it, was just a cataloging app. What we're trying to do with the new one, and I guess the new ecosystem, is a platform that you guys can use to do everything from the pre-sale, cataloging, and post-sale, right? So creating a sale, right? Making sure that all the users are set, right? Payment information, cataloging, right? Trying to make that experience as smooth as possible, and then manage the post-sale, right? Pick up payments, etc., right? So what we are gonna demo today is this the new app and then the web platform that we have been working on for the past couple of months, right? We're gonna show you a few use cases that we had in mind when building this. There are more use cases. There's more ways to use the app, but we're gonna try to cover as much as we can. And as Cesar said, at the end of the demo or presentation, uh, we'll do a Q&A session, right, to see how we can adapt better for your needs, to see if there's a feature that we didn't demo, or if there's a feature that we do not have currently in the app that could make your lives easier. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. Just 1 second, because sharing screens from a phone is a bit difficult usually. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
I can only see Mike's face, so Mike, can you see my
We can
screen?
see.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna open my Maxsold app, right? First thing that you're gonna see here is that I have an active sale. This is just to showcase how we how we are now, like, again, connecting everything, not only cataloging, right? So this sale is a test sale, as you can tell, because it's ending basically next year, next March, right? But I use it just to make sure that, this feature is working well, right? I'm gonna show you how to start a new sale from the app. Previously, for those of you who worked with Maxtold in the past, you know that it's usually a process with seller portal, then going into another portal to fill out some information. Here in the app, we can just go click here and say, no, I don't have an auction ID. Look to do a seller manage, right? And then it's asking for a postal code. I'm gonna use the address of our office, 35, right? Street number is 290, King Street. No unit number. This is the right address? Yes, this is the right address. We got the terms and conditions. Now, what type of sale am I doing? I go with garage sale. This is a house, right? And let's see. Let's aim for, yeah, somewhere in May. I do not have a referral code. And we go and create our sale, right? Takes a few seconds. Once the sale is created and I click done, I'm now in my catalog, right? So you can see I have no lots yet, but we can look into settings of this catalog. You see the first thing that we have here enabled by default is auto-generate load number, right? This is me cataloging by myself. If I was cataloging with a larger group, I would just turn this setting off and then kind of like split the lots in a way that makes sense for everyone, right? But for now, I'm gonna leave it open. I'm gonna add a new lot now, and you're gonna see I have two ways. I'm gonna go through manual cataloging first, so you can get an idea of how it works. Lot title, we're gonna be um, cataloging a book. Um, book electronics, right? This one is called Raspberry Pi. Uh, Raspberry Pi looks like that. I'm gonna take pictures. Not the best pictures, as you can tell, but it's gonna work for now. Are dimensions relevant for this lot? They're not. They're category A. And you can see here's my lot, right? I could go and add more pictures if I wanted to. You can see lot number is going to be auto-generated, and then I go and use save lot, right? Lot number was automatically assigned to me, right? And you can see it's syncing photos, right? The app will just go and send the photos to the Maxsold servers as soon as you save, right? The idea is for you to have this constant communication, and if something happens to your phone, well, there's no problem because all the data is already synced, right? Now, might be a case where you are trying to save data or you don't have really good signal. In that case, you go to settings and you can just enable the low data mode. Low data mode is gonna reduce the amount of data that your phone is using because it's not gonna be syncing pictures, right? So you can just go create lots and then sync at the end of it by just going into, oh, sorry, this tab. Right now I have no pictures to sync, but if I had any pictures to sync, I would find a button that says start syncing or sync, and then just press it, right? Um, Now, you can also see it doesn't load the image that it used to be here. This is because we're also saving data at the time of displaying the lot information, right? So images are not displaying low data mode, but if I click on that little box, you're going to see the images right there, right? Now, uh, you probably saw that we also have this other feature called smart cataloging, right? So in smart cataloging, we are trying to use AI to identify the key elements of the object that will be interesting for buyers, right? As you can tell, I didn't do a great job with my book because I didn't put a publisher or the edition or anything like that, right? Like, no, if this is hardcover, paper cover, I didn't do any of that. So we're gonna go and catalog something with smart cataloging. Now, in this case, I'm not gonna do the book. I'm gonna use something else that I have here. So give me 1 second. Close the pictures. It's take it takes some time to kind of extract, as I said, the key attributes of this object, right? So now it's asking for the brand. Yes, default. DC7. Yeah, that sounds right. It is battery operated. It is 12 volts, right? Battery type is lithium, so I can see there. Minor wear. I haven't used it as much as I wanted to. And then minor scratches, right? Now, from those pictures and from the attributes that I just confirm to the app, right? The app goes and generates a title, right? And a description, right? It will also suggest to me the what other pictures should I add to this lot to make it more interesting for the buyers, right? And then we click next, right? Let's see. At the bottom, I'm also going to see a couple of items that might be related to this lot or to the thing that I just catalog. Why? Because this will give me an idea of how much, should I expect out of this item, right? So if I click, for example, on this one, this is a drill, right? As well, you can see it comes with a case. Mine doesn't come with a case, right? So that might affect the price of this. But if I can find a case, that's even better. If I can include a picture of the battery charger, right? That also will make this lot better, right? So I go and save my lot, right? It's lot number 2. And that's it. Now I have two lots, two lots catalog, right? One of them hasn't synced the app. As you can see, it tells me number of pictures is 0, but I have 3 that haven't been synced. So I'm gonna go and use sync the images, right? and now they are synced, right? These images are now in the Maxsold servers. Now, here is where things get interesting, right? Because in this scenario that I'm trying to do, I'm actually cataloging things for Mike, right? But Mike is all the way in Kingston, Ontario. I'm in Waterloo, Ontario, right? So it's like a couple of like miles, probably like 100 miles, a bit more between us two, right? So of course, Mike is not going to come here and catalog everything for himself. So I'm going to invite Mike to my catalog, right? So the way I do that is by going to settings. I'm going to do payment details, right? And I'm going to invite Mike right here. Let's say Mike Arrington. It's Mike Arrington was webinar. Right, Mike, is that, yeah, are those details correct? Yeah,
That looks right. It's good.
says yes.
There you go, guys. You have his phone number.
And
Add it
now
to
I
your
have invited
phone
Mike to my
and
catalog,
start
right?
texting away.
So in the past, I used to have to share um, uh, a catalog ID or an auction ID and a PIN number with Mike, right? But then also Mike had to create an account in the app or in Seller Portal to register. At this point, Mike already received an email saying like, "Hey, Daniel is inviting you to an auction, right?" So I'm gonna pass it to Mike now, where he can show you the experience when he receives this email of an invitation, right? And what happens after.
Thanks, Daniel. So hopefully you can see my screen. And so as Daniel mentioned, I just received this email saying I've been invited to join an auction. So it gives me a new link to open, which takes us to our new seller portal on the web. So I'll just take these details. I was given a auto-generated password, so I'll just copy these details into the login. And now I just need to accept sort of some basic terms and conditions because I didn't sort of sign up for this. They don't provide my contact information. So let's do accept. And we can see that I've been added to this catalog. It's showing up now as a new catalog that I have access to. I could go in here, I could make changes to it. So for example, book electronics doesn't sound super useful. So maybe this should actually be, Raspberry Pi for Dummies. So that's what it looks like this book is. And we can see changes were saved. I can go back to my catalog. I can see the changes are being made in real time. From here, so as I mentioned, he actually went through on the app, went through the payee settings. So I'm using payee. And so I can go into my personal settings here. You can see that it has my name and email address that Daniel entered. If I go into payment details, we'll see again, just sort of a brief warning, make sure that data you enter is correct. But in the background, it's pulling up our payment integration with a new payment provider that we launched a couple months ago. So as opposed to having clients, if you're working with a client who maybe isn't familiar with using the app or doesn't want to use the app, this is often an easier way for them to onboard and come in and enter the payment information as well. And yeah, other than that, we have, you can, of course, like add new lots through here. We can do smart catalog is also available through the web apps, so very similar to what Daniel showed on the mobile app as well.
And while Mike was looking up for the payee stuff, you can see that lot number 3 popped up on the left, right? This is something else that I just cataloged right from my phone, right? This has no images currently, I need to go and sync those images, right? It should be there. Mike, can you refresh the page? Oh, yeah.
There we go.
So this is a catalog that I used, or sorry, a lot that I used catalog right from my phone. So you can see it was like updated in real time on the new portal, right? Mike can go and do some image editing here if he wants to. Can rotate the picture to make it better.
Yeah, so let's try and fix that a little bit. Save that one. There we go. We have it rotated. And I think I saw a mention in the chat that can we use AI later after you get home? Let's
That
give
is
that a
correct.
try. Yeah, so Daniel took a bunch of pictures here, but yeah, we don't have any title or description yet. So I can go smart cataloging. I kind of choose to upload new images if I have some myself, but since Daniel has added some already, I can choose use lot images. We'll just select all of them. And we just gotta wait a second, give this some time to generate the suggestions.
So just so I fully understand, I'm a little new at this. So for example, let's say, one of my team members was sick, right? So you're basically telling me that they could stay home and then all we need is have someone on site taking the photos while they're able to use smart cataloging and generate titles and description?
Yes, that is
Exactly.
correct.
Cool. Okay. Sorry. Take it away. Sorry. I got excited.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so similar questions to what Daniel was asking me previously. So it's asking us for a brand and giving a few quick options. It correctly pulled out Husky as being the brand. I think this is a 70 piece. Thanks, Daniel. 3/8 inch drive. And so from the pictures, I think this included the sockets and the ratchet. I didn't see if there was extensions there. There weren't any wrenches though, I believe. So let's just do those two for now. This looks to be in pretty good condition, so we'll do like new. Lifetime warranty. I think we should say no warranty, or maybe we'll skip this for now since we're not really sure if this warranty would transfer over. Case is included. And there we go. So it's updated the title description for us. Husky 70 piece 3/8 inch drive socket and ratchet set and description. And there we go. We have the new items in the auction, lot number 3. Yeah, Daniel, was there anything else that we wanted to show off here?
I
We
think
looked
we
at
can,
image editing. Yep.
yeah. So one of the things that we can show as well is tracking a live auction. Yeah, your account
Yes.
is new, right? So might not be.
Yeah, let me switch. Yeah. Hopefully this shows up. So I've just switched over to a different window, different account that I have open. And so this
Yeah.
is, yeah, actually, Daniel, do you want to go through this?
Yeah, so these are the metrics in the new app or in the new portal, right? Some of you might have struggled with the actual metrics being live or being up to date in the old portal. Here we try to get the metrics as real time as they can get. And just to demonstrate that, I'm actually gonna place a bid on that particular auction, right? So I'm gonna do it right here. My phone. Actually, this load would have adjusted max bid. Uh, right on this one. I'm gonna do new bid right here.
So Daniel, right now what you're doing is placing a bid so we can see the metrics update in
Yep.
real time, correct? Okay.
That is correct.
Exactly, yeah. And I think it just happened.
It just happened. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
it happens
Oh,
very quickly,
sorry, guys.
right? But
No, don't worry. Yeah. So if we saw it, it updated pretty much everything, updated the views. We could see when Daniel hit the item, it updated the views, it updated the total bids, and updated the total bid amount
right.
as well.
So when you basically when you enter into this page, you know that what you're seeing there is the actual live value of your sale, right? You can also view this value right in your app, right? You don't need to be on your computer to be able to monitor your app. As you can see right here, it is the exact same number that we're seeing in the app and in the portal, right? Uh, we also show all the other features that the old portal has, invoices, dates, etc., right? Like this is this is something that we can demo at a different time. I also want to make sure that we cover all the questions that we have because I know that the chat is quite active, and we might have some questions here.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, we have a lot of questions, but that's awesome. Okay, so I just had a quick question. So when you were placing a bid and it did change, I saw that. So is it real time or is it more like every 5 minutes, every couple
No,
minutes?
it is real time.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so there's a lot to cover here in regards to questions. So if you have already placed a question, don't worry, we will get to it. We'll start with the question and answers. Here is one from Lindsay. Does the mobile app require an internet connection or does it work offline to then update once connected later on?
Right. Currently, it requires an internet connection, where we are in the process of adding an offline mode so people can use the app when they're in a remote location or in an area without good, you know, data coverage. For now, for those people that are in that situation, they can still use the old cataloging app. The old cataloging app and the new one are fully compatible, right? So if you're in that particular situation, you can still use the old app. Uh, but in the coming months, we are planning to roll out the offline mode.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Another question here from Lee Ann. Can smart cataloging use a picture from your camera roll?
Uh, that's a good question. Not at the moment in the app, but you can do it on web, right? So on web, you could create a lot without titles and descriptions, just with the image, right? And then run smart cataloging, um, right from web.
Okay, and I think Mike is just showing us right now.
Yeah,
Mike, so yeah, so essentially you just click on there and then you select the photos that you would have, and then it would generate the title and description. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so can you do picture rotation or deletion on the app or only on the web?
it's available on web for now, but the those features are coming to the app very soon.
Okay. And Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong. Essentially, what we're seeing in the portal, it will mirror the app and vice versa, correct?
That is correct. Like the point is for this to feel as you're doing the exact same thing, right? So whatever you see here on web, you're gonna be able to do in the app and the other way around, right? It's gonna be a one-to-one relation always.
Perfect. So if you know how to use the app, you're gonna know how to use the portal. If you know how to use the portal, you're gonna know how to use the app. That's amazing. Okay, we have a question. Well, from Alexander. Yeah, if you can post your questions either on the chat or in the question and answers, we'll try and make sure we can answer them. Okay, for the next one, can I assign the starting lot number for auto-generated lot numbers, or must it always begin with 1? That's a great question.
That's a great question. Currently, it only starts with 1. It starts at 1, sorry, but there's no reason for that other than, 1 being kind of the first number out there. But if this is a useful feature, we can add it so that auto generation begins at lot, let's say 50, right?
And just to add to that, so right now, basically a workaround that a lot of partners have found was that instead of all you got to do is turn off your auto generation, have your manual lot number. So let's say turn auto generating lot numbers off and then start at 300. And let's say, so you're starting at 300. So let's say you start at, you create a lot at 299, then turn your auto generation on. It's gonna start at 300. So that's a loop around that would be work that can work. Okay. What is the referral code? Okay. When you're setting up an auction for a client, at what point can they sign the contract? I know that they can be added as a payee later, but what about signing the contract up front before cataloging is started?
Right. In this case, the partner is the one signing the contract on behalf of their client, right? If you want the client to sign the contract, they will need to go into this portal or web, create their account, sign the contract, or create a new sale, and then invite you to that catalog. So you can use ad lots, but they will be the ones managing the entire catalog. So it's probably easier if the partner is the one dealing with the contracts and all that, and just adding the client as their payee, so they can be the ones receiving the benefits of the sale.
All right, perfect. Okay, so then let's see here. How do you add? Okay, I'm not sure that one. Let's just go back to the chat here. And all right, so we have Judy. She would like to rotate photos in the app.
Yes, that's
And,
coming.
okay, it's coming, Judy. It's coming. Okay, let's see here. Would it be possible to change the title bar where it will automatically capitalize all the title words? I'm not sure, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a setting on your phone that you can turn on, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I thought it was capitalizing titles by default, but if not, we can take a look at that. It should be doing it.
All right, perfect. And I would also check your phone's settings because I know with iPhone you're able to turn that on or off. Amy says that is so cool. I love it. Perfect. We love you, Amy. This is a good one. Can multiple users, let's say 3 people, log into the app and list items all at the same time?
Yeah, multiple people can do it. In that case, you just want to be careful with auto lot number generation, because everyone will be getting their own lot numbers, right? Right. The app will be assigning those lot numbers, um, or they can just go into or turn off auto lot number generation, and then they will just be inputting their own lot numbers, right? But it,
Mhm.
it is possible for multiple people to be working on the same catalog at the same time, if you're
Yeah,
on site or remotely as I used it with Mike.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and just on that, remark, normally when you have multiple team members cataloging sections, in my experience, partner has assigned them a bracket of lot numbers. So in this case, I would suggest, as Daniel mentioned, using the manual lot number input. That way you can follow your own sequence rather than auto-generating the lot number. I think auto-generating the lot number would be best if it's one user, but when you have a team of multiple players, then you would want to focus on the manual and keep on your own bracket. Okay, so we have a question from Leslie. I currently have two people in training. Can we show retail pricing instead of what is sold for previously on Maxsold?
Retail pricing. This is a good one, right? Because
Mhm.
finding the retail price of something is not as straightforward. Why? Because we need to know for certainty what are we dealing with, right? And this goes back to having a good lot title and a good description, right? The more information we get on the title and description, the more accurate we can be at predicting, oh, that was a drill, right? Or that, was a Raspberry Pi book, right? But sometimes people will just set it as book, right? We don't know what that book is, right? So the more accurate titles and descriptions we can get, the better we can get at identifying what is the actual object and then kind of like mapping that into an actual like retail like listing, right, on Amazon or eBay or whatever, right? But right now, we're still like trying to work through our data, which is huge data set, right? Trying to identify, previous objects that we have sold, what they actually were, right? And just become better at this. So it's going to happen at some point. But my ask for everyone here is to try to be as accurate on the titles and descriptions as you can be, or use the smart cataloging and let it do the work for you.
Perfect. Okay, so actually this is a good one from Diana. Does it tell you which currency, excuse me, currency it is?
It will be the currency that is set in your account, right? So if you are someone in the US, you're going to see it in American dollars. If you're someone in Canada, you're going to see it in Canadian dollars, regardless of where that auction happened, right? So if you're in Canada but you're watching a US auction, we will convert the prices to be in Canadian dollars.
Perfect. All right, and then we have, oh, actually, Judy, thank you for answering, but let's double check here. So right now, the for each lot, the maximum photos is 20, correct?
For now, it is 20, right? This is a number that we could change at some point, but we want to make sure that we we don't overwhelm buyers with that many pictures. And there are some cases where they're absolutely needed, right? If you're listing something like a car, yes, I agree. We need probably more than 20 pictures in that case.
All right. Perfect, Judy, you were correct. Honestly, I think I'm gonna add you to the panel list because we could use some assistance here. But actually, here's a random question. What about a video? If the partner wants to take a video in the future, are they gonna be able to do that?
Yes, and this is something that our CEO is quite excited about. The ability of record like a YouTube short or something like that where you can show the item working, right? Like you could see with the drill, it would have been nice if I could show the animation of the lamp turning on, the drill rotating, right? That will give more certainty to the buyers uh, when it comes to the item, right? And of course, that also drives more bids. So that is something that we have uh, discussed, and it's gonna be available hopefully this year.
Perfect. All right. And then Leslie, so this is shipping question. So Leslie, for shipping, yes, you're available to list your shipping information, but the logistics does come back to you. So we're able to promote your auction in different regions if you're open to shipping, but at the end of the day, it just means that you're going to be taking those logistics and we're going to connect you with the buyers. So, that is an option regarding shipping. Okay, we have Karel. What is a pay?
Oh, a payee is the person that is going to receive uh, the payment for the actual auction, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
adding a pay adds them as another collaborator to the auction, but then with the additional sort of feature of being the person who will be paid out at the end when the auction closes.
Okay, so just a question for myself and I'm sure some other partners. So would it still be listed as a payee if you're just adding a team member?
Right now, the like invitation feature we showed is only for payees, but we probably can and will extend it to support sort of a more generic invitation. But right now, it's specific to payees.
Okay. But technically they don't have to be they okay. So yeah, so if you're inviting your team there, it does list them as payee, but at the end of the day, they don't need to put in all their payment information, correct?
Yeah, you could still change the payee to be someone else before auction
Okay,
closes.
perfect. Thank you.
I also like your suggestion that Steven posted on the chat. Yes, the QR code is also a really easy way to join a catalog.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, honestly, there's so many messages coming up. Okay, so let's I'm gonna go back to the Q&A because it's filling up again. Okay, so we have a question from Alexander. Is there a faster way to work through lot creation instead of going through every small detail step by step? Example, the app asks, are measurements relevant? What is length? What is width? What is height? Etc. Very slow to go step by step. Would be much faster for me to snap a picture of measurements or just input in the description. Okay, that's actually really good because there's well, I'll let Daniel answer that.
No, that is true, right? Sometimes it can be slow, especially when you're like dealing with measurements. If you actually snap the picture of the dimensions on smart cataloging, smart cataloging will pick up those dimensions and will translate it into text, right? So if you already have those set up, you just take a picture of it, and the smart cataloging will add it to the description. Uh, I think for me the fastest way of creating a lot that occurs to me is what I just showed of just me taking the pictures on my phone, right? They get uploaded, and then I can just go on my computer and trigger smart cataloging, or someone else can be doing it at the same time while I'm uh, taking photos of everything in the house, right? I think, yeah, like adding those styles and descriptions in the phone can take time, right? And that's the part that we're trying to, I guess, like make faster, or yeah,
Mhm.
make it faster.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and just to add to that, so as Daniel mentioned, so if you have a lot sticker and you add the measurements, it can pick those measurements up, making it a little bit faster. But at the end of the day, if a client doesn't add that in the photos, we still recommend having that information in there. So removing that would kind of take away from the client knowing that we want that information. So to make it faster, we would recommend having that information on a lot tag or something in the picture. That way it picks it up and you can keep moving. But it's also something that we wouldn't want to remove just because we want to ensure that everyone is adding those details. Oh, we got another one here from Alexander. Oh, that's a good one. Can you add a sorry, yeah. Can you add a brightness wheel or auto brightness correction in the camera function of the app? Sometimes you need more light to make the item look good, but extra light is not available because a lot of partners, when they go into sites there, they might not have the lighting that they need.
Right. No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's something that we can add. We can add more settings to the camera. Like we're building this, to solve basically the partners' problems, right? So all this feedback for us is really helpful because then it helps us kind of like plan what are the improvements that we're gonna make, right? So can make the camera better. We can try to make smart cataloging smarter, right? We can do a lot of things, right? But please continue to give this feedback to your account managers, to the people in support, right? Like they always get us this feedback to us, right? So then we can act on it.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So, okay. So we have a question from Michael. Hey, Michael. When the app asks to enter measurements, it is not in order. So I believe that some of the training that we have provided, we have width, depth, no, and height.
Right.
So, and he's mentioning that it's not in order.
Right. Okay. We can improve that order.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. All right, Alexander. AI sometimes is very slow in generating titles, details, and descriptions. Do some categories of items work faster with the AI as opposed to others?
No, not really. I think it's more about how much load we're putting on the app at that point, or like in our servers, right? Like it's possible that we have multiple people doing smart logging at the same time, and that will just queue the job for a bit before it gets processed, right? But we're constantly looking at the metrics on the results. It's on average, I think, around 15 seconds right now to generate the load attributes. Uh, we'll try to lower it down, but also like we're on like we're watching to see if for whatever reason we start like becoming slower. Hopefully it's not the case, but we're monitoring that constantly.
Perfect. And also something that you can do while it's generating the title and description is start setting up your next lot to ensure that you're ready to take those photos. Okay, another question here, Alexander. I have been using the app to run my pickups, and it's been great. Would it be possible to? Oh, this is a good one. I like it. Would it be possible to add in a notes line for each item and check a box for each customer? Once an item is picked up, I would like to check them off or add a note if they have feedback. Oh, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. That's very good.
Yep, that's something that we also have planned, hopefully for this month.
Perfect. All right, you heard him, Alexander, this month. Okay. Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Long time. I'm in Ontario, Canada, and comparing prices realized in the past, does it include auctions from the US? So the lot value when it pulls it up, I believe
I
it includes everything, right?
Yeah, I think right now it's just based on any similar lot, regardless of where it was.
Yes, that's
Uh,
correct.
all right, perfect. Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Can a video be added? So yeah, it's coming. Future updates, it's coming. Sherry, my auction is for a client who passed away. Should the payee be the lawyer who is the executor? I
Yep,
think
that's Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what this feature was built for, with sports cases like that. So now that lawyer does need to go through the process of downloading the app, creating an account. We sort of try and make that a bit simpler. You fill out those details, they get an email, and just need to go log in and fill in the payment details.
Perfect. Oh, this one's a good one from our big guy radio station over here. Are you able to add a bulk upload feature? I often have several identical lots, and uploading the same thing many times can be very time consuming, especially waiting for the same images to upload several times. So bulk upload or duplicate lot feature would be a huge time saver for us.
Okay,
Good question.
great question. Yeah, I think we should integrate duplicate lot. I don't think it's technically that challenging, so we can bring that to the new app soon.
Perfect. All right, you heard them soon. So I would check, in a week or so. Uh, Tina, sometimes there are so many lots that are lined up right next to each other. If we take a picture to use AI and there's some fragment of the lot next to it, will it confuse the AI and make it try to determine what's in the other parts of the pictures? Uh, Related question, lots often have multiple items in them. How would AI work for that?
Um, for the first one, yeah, I think yeah, using the cropping feature that or rotate cropping feature that Mike showed in the web demo uh, will be of the solution, kind of polishing the images before sending them to the AI. If there are multiple items in a lot, we have seen good results from the AI when it identifies uh, like the actual items. Uh, it depends. Sometimes it can focus a lot on one item. Sometimes it can identify it like properly. If you have like 10 different things and they're like all like on top of each other, it's going to be very difficult for the AI. At the end of the day, it's just like that picture that it sees, right? So uh, it will try its best, right? But maybe it's something where we can improve how AI like reads this type of things, like saying in advance, hey, this is a multi-item lot, and it will be looking for more than one item, right? It's good feedback.
All right, perfect. So I'm just there's a lot of questions coming in here, so I'm just gonna see which ones are ones that are big to stand out. Okay, so oh, here's one from two partners. Is it still necessary to take square photos?
Uh, no, I think in the buyer portal we display like vertical photos or horizontal photos indistinctively. Um, I don't think it needs to be a square photo.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so oh, we have a suggestion that they would like to see the sell-through in the metrics.
Yes, expanding the metrics is something on top of my list.
All right, perfect. Okay, so we talked about the offline mode in the future. Also can there be a search bar at the top of the catalog to search for lot numbers and whatnot?
Yes,
And one asked that I would say, what about a filter where you can filter by alphabetic or numeric?
yes. We definitely need to enhance that part in the post sale in the after cataloging mode. You can actually search by lot number, lot title, but not while cataloging. So that's something that we need to fix for sure. In the web portal, you can actually search uh, using the bar on the left.
Perfect. Okay, we have a question here from Barry. Hey Barry. Um, if are you able to show us an example of cataloging an item of furniture or some abstract item using smart cataloging? So maybe do you think you could show us your chair?
My chair. Oh boy, you're putting me in the spot right here. My chair might be not in the best shape. Uh,
Okay. What about that?
I
Is
can
that
try. No, I can do my chair. See what happens. Second. Chair untested. Yes, that is true.
All right, while
Okay.
Daniel's doing that, another suggestion was adding nicknames to auctions because we have a lot of partners that run multiple auctions at one time. If they could add nicknames, that way they know exactly, which one they're going into.
Yeah, good suggestion. We'll take that back. Should be doable.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike. Okay, and so Lydian, so if you have multiple team members, I would suggest using the manual lot number. That way they can have their own sequence versus having the auto generation. Okay, perfect. Daniel, did you want to share?
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen quickly.
All right.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yep,
Yes. So again, I took only the pictures with my phone.
perfect.
See them right here.
And guys, keep in mind that Mike was able to do this from his side. So if they weren't together, Mike would have been able to be doing this while Daniel is still photography sorry, taking photos of other lots. So just remote work might be a new thing for you guys if you want to move towards that. Steven says Cesar is a great account rep. He deserves recognition. Thank you,
Okay.
Steven. Of course, I changed the name, but I'm sure Angie knows.
Okay.
Uh,
Gaming chair.
Perfect.
The letter. That's correct. It's
Black
black and
and
white.
white. That's
Yeah.
crazy. It captured the seat. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it has some minor, I would say minor brand. I don't know the brand. It was a sale. And that's it. Black and white gaming
Cool.
chair, synthetic leather, and there's a lot description, right? And I can see here also the similar sales, right? So I more or less know what to expect for my chair, right?
Perfect.
And
All
actually, if I
right.
click on this one, let me
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I, I don't know if it switched, but right now I'm looking at the actual like lot, the original lot, right? And we can see
Mhm.
when it got sold for $91, and this was last year, last August.
All right, perfect. Okay, so we have one more minute. You guys have all had great questions. If you have any further questions, so you want to try the smart cataloging, just reach out to your customer success manager. They can create a dummy account, or you can also just sign a contract and just let us know that this is just for testing purposes. That way you can test it out. And let's see. So we have one more minute. Q&A. Let's see if we have any other good ones.
I see a
Uh,
quick one. Can we use the mobile app and the web at the same time? The new web, yes. You can use it at the
mhm.
same time. And the way it's gonna work from now on is once you publish or once new web is released, we haven't released it yet. This is kind of like a preview of what's coming. But once you publish a catalog, this means that this is ready to go live. There's no gonna be an extra step of finishing on Seller Portal. This is like publishing means this is ready to go live, right? In the future, we wanna have the ability of also going live on the same day without a lot of hassle, just like going live same day or like right after you publish, basically.
Perfect. And yeah, and they also mentioned that our keywords coming in the future.
Keywords are coming in the future.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I apologize that the messages are just coming in. Apologize we weren't able to get through all of them, but if there's any other questions you may have, send them over to either customer success at maxsold.com or send them to your customer success manager. They'll be able to pass them over to Daniel and Mike. And I'm sure they'll be able to answer them, and we can send you the answer there. Again, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to join us today, as well as Mike and Daniel for taking their time out of their day to show us, the future of Maxsold and how seamless it will be once everything is set. And hopefully, we can make everything easier for everybody and everybody's gonna have a smile at the end of the night, and that's really what matters, right? So, all right. I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.